As soon as I came on live, and the dude looked over here. You gotta be kidding me. Lord help me. Mm. How you doing, Mr. Friend? Welcome in. I'm good. I'm doing very, very good. I'm good. All is well. How are you? Philly Phil, welcome in. As soon as I came out here, I sat down, it was quiet. I seen the dude walking with his weed eater. He looked over here and then he cut it on. Ugh. Just that's some stuff. How y'all doing today? You surviving? Why just surviving? I want you to be better than surviving. I want you to be thriving. Happy Friday, guys. We made it to another weekend. We made it through another week. How you doing, Miss B? Welcome in. Adam, how's it going? Robert, welcome in. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. God bless you. How you feeling today? Eloy, how you doing? Yeah. As soon as I came out here, he cut his weed eater on. He seen me, and then he just... How you doing, Steven? Welcome in. I'm glowing today, am I really? Thank you. Just feel broken right now. You gotta redirect those thoughts, Mr. Friend. Louis, welcome in. Coach T, good morning to you. You gotta redirect those thoughts. What are you thinking about? Why you feel broken right now? What are you thinking about? What was for breakfast? I hadn't had breakfast yet, but I got my Biscoff. I got my Biscoff and my coffee. Coach T, good morning to you. How is everybody doing? Thank you guys for liking the live. Don't forget to tap the screen for Tabby. Earl, welcome in. Lost opportunities. You know, we talked about that last night, Mr. Friend. I don't think you're here. I think you were sleeping. But I shared a bit of my own, like, just sadness and thoughts about lost opportunities. And, you know, we can't do anything about that. In the moment we made our decisions, you know, whether or not we took an opportunity or we let it pass us by. But you know what? Every decision that you made led to where you are right now. But even still with that, you can always make different decisions to lead to a better outcome. Until 12 p.m. to eat. How many hours do you fast? Like, what's your cutoff time when you do eat? Good morning to you, Gerald. How are you? Welcome in. God bless you. Biscoff is good. I like Biscoff. G. Howard, welcome in. 111 in Phoenix today. That's too hot for me, G. Howard. DeMarcus, thank you for the heart me. Good morning, guys. And Jack, welcome in. Don't think about the past, Mr. Friend. Thinking about the past will have you stuck. It will have you feeling stuck mentally. You can't do nothing about what happened yesterday. I can't do nothing about what happened yesterday. None of us can. But you do have control over what's going on right now. So focus on the present moment. Focus on the things that are pleasant, the things that you enjoy, the good in your life. Focus on your sun and rainy and the small little things that you do in your daily life that you enjoy. Focus on, you know, chatting with me right now, and just don't worry about yesterday. And don't worry about tomorrow, okay? Take some deep breaths, okay? We're going to take 4 deep breaths. We're going to do some breath work this morning, okay? Y'all want to do it with me? Okay, when I feel overwhelmed, I take me 4 deep breaths and I hold them for 4 seconds. All right? You're gonna breathe in through your nose and then exhale through your mouth. All right? Wait, not yet. I'm gonna count to 3 and then we're gonna do it. We're gonna breathe in through our nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and then exhale. We're gonna do that 4 times. Y'all ready? Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Deep breath. Hold it. Exhale. See, didn't that feel good? One more time. We're gonna do that 3 more times. Inhale. Hold it. Exhale. Okay, 2 more times. Inhale. How you doing, Mike? Okay, one more time. Last time. Inhale. Hold it 4 seconds. Exhale. Okay? From this point on, Mr. Friend, you're going to have a good rest of your day, okay? You're going to think good thoughts, positive thoughts, and you're going to enjoy the rest of your day, all right? Mike, how you doing, darling? Good morning to you. Lee, how's it going? Man, I hope that lawnmower not too loud. I hope the lawnmower not too loud. The Warrior, you need what? How you doing, Mike? Mike, how far did you get in the little K-drama? I watched it for a little bit. Me and the Yaya didn't go on our bike ride last night because I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't feeling good last night. I was in pain. Mother Nature is here and I was in a lot of pain. So I just chilled out. Yaya said, Mama, it's okay. We don't have to go tonight. So I watched a couple more episodes, then I laid down. Elif, thank you for liking the live. Just to flake the negative. Coach T, thank you for the heart me and for the Tabby Land Spark. I appreciate you. I don't think Lee was being mean, but it's okay, right? I don't think he was being mean. D-Wave, how you doing? Valeris, how's it going? How you feeling today? Every day the lawnmowers, every day the weed eaters. Work this morning? Tyree, how are you? Earl, how's it going, Earl? Hi, welcome in, Mongo. How are you doing? You don't think he was being mean? Or you think he was being another type of way? God Shelper 59, how are you doing? P10, how are you? Welcome in. I'm feeling good, David. I'm feeling good. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope the lawnmower is not too loud. Elvin, welcome in. You're very welcome, Mr. Friend. I'm glad that I can. So, Mike, how far are you with your studies? Big Game James, welcome in, sir. How you feeling today? How's Rainy and your son doing, Mr. Friend? James, thank you for liking the live. Good morning to you, sir. You up early? It's 7:24 over there. Feeling good this morning? I like to hear it. What time do you normally wake up, James? How are you? Michelle. Welcome in, Michelle. Good. It's the evening over there. Good evening or good afternoon. Good evening. My remote control. She chewed up your remote control. At home, I wake up about 7. Has your body adjusted to the time difference over there? CJ, welcome in. Rainy then messed up the remote control. Halfway module, 5 out of 10. That's good. You're halfway there. Not really? So that's what, 325? She's a terror. She made a hole in my sofa. Oh, yeah, them birds can be destructive. One remote, she's hidden. I can do it fast because I'm familiar with most of it already. Oh. How much payment you need, Mike? What's the payments? James, thank you for the hand heart. Pay the same, so. Man, there is a wasp nest in the bush. We knocked down one of the wasp nests and they rebuilt it up there, and then I'm looking at the little bush and they have one there. $100 a month. You gotta pay. So is it per module? Not bad at all, filter. Brent, thank you for the heart me. So do you gotta pay like $500 more for each module? Jude, Brent, good morning to you, darling. Lazy M, how you doing? Richard, how's it going? How are you? Yeah, this is my hair. This is my hair. How's it going, Richard? Now they started cutting the grass first, and then he went back to weed eat. You just have a certain time to finish pay. It was 900 and you have a few months. What you got left, Mike? I'm sorry, I'm all in your business. Thank you, Jesse. Janine Lomax, thank you for the compliment. Jesse, how you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, they started mowing the grass first, and then he came back to weedy. How's Wolfie? Okay, I won't ask no more questions, man. Miss Wig Love say yes, that's her hair. You guys give a shout out to Wig Love. She is a good friend of mine from my church. Jesse, thank you for liking the live. Brent, thank you for liking the live. I only paid a month. I haven't been able to do a month. Okay, that's okay. Okay. Morning to you, man. What's for breakfast? I haven't made breakfast yet. Did I send you my coloring book? No, I didn't get your coloring book. But if you send it to me, I'll give you another address for it, because last time I kind of had issues with When they delivered it in a completely different spot, and I had to go on a treasure hunt looking for it. I'll send you the address. Contacts? No. I'm not AI. Jan, my hair doesn't like oil. Actually, my hair is very greasy right now. I need to wash it. But thank you, though. 100 degrees is going to be super hot today. Yes, it is. Where my phone at? Made breakfast yet either? Good morning to you, lives. So that video was correct about food. Let's see. Brent, how you doing today? How's Bria? Currently, it is 89 degrees. It's going to be a high of 104 today. When people come on the live and they make snarky comments, there are times when I want to make a mental note of their screen name so I can go back and see what they got going on their profile. Todd, welcome in. She being a sleeping beauty too. Her and Yaya in Slumberland together. Gotta take my mother to the ferry for Martha's being here. Oh, okay. Internal emotional peace is what God wants for one. Igualmente, Carlos, que Dios te bendiga. I can answer that for you. Nothing. Nothing. That's so funny. Yeah, it's gonna be 103 today. Not as hot as it has been. So next week, starting like Wednesday, it's gonna cool down. 98, 95. That's nice. Thank you, Brent, for the rose. That's over here. Let's look at the temperatures at the tiny house. It'll cool down a little bit. Man, this month is already about to end. Central Texas is real hot. So next week, Monday it'll be 108, Sunday 107, Tuesday 107. Oh, how you doing, C-Shop? Welcome in. Oh, let's see what happened. Look at the bully. James, thank you for the rose. That's so unoriginal. I'm doing good, Michelle. I'm doing very good. It's always either nothing or a hodgepodge of crazy religious philosophical stuff. Shane, how are you? I am in America, in Texas. I'm doing good. Happy Friday to you. Brent, how far did you get? Mike, how far did you get in the little K-drama? Is Wendy there today? That's nice. So I get called the N-word and then I get called the beaner. Which one am I? People don't even know what I am and they calling me stuff. Wow. I've cut it many times. It's been a while since I've gotten a haircut, but I've cut it many times. I've cut it like real short, like where it's like an inch and a half long. You on the second episode? They calling me a beaner. I'm not Mexican. I'm not even Latino. But I still take offense to that because a lot of people I love are Mexican and Latino. Calling me a beaner. Andrew, how's it going? How you feeling today? Man, half Mexican and Mayan? That's cool. That's cool. Combination, that's wonderful. Man, the trolls is out in full effect today. I be feeling bad for people. It's real sad how miserable people are. If I'm, do you? We got it. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. A fan, how are you? Trying to grow my hair again, but it grows slow now. Argan oil? I don't use any oil in my hair, not unless it's in the conditioner that I'm using, because my hair just doesn't like it. But I would say it's more of what's going on internally. So make sure you don't have any vitamin deficiencies. Make sure you drink water and eat a colorful diet. Exercise, but make sure that you take care of the length of your hair, like your ends and stuff, so that when it does grow, it's not breaking off. Because a lot of people feel like their hair won't grow or it's growing slow, and it's growing, but it's just that you're not retaining the length. Chauncey, good morning to you. You don't have to erase it with this. Too fancy, yeah. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane. Smoking Dragon, welcome in. Colombian coffee. Hair is a lifestyle. You will spend quite a bit of your time taking care of it. Come on now, Finn, they need to hurry up. Thank you, Mike, for the hype me. Come on, dude. You know what? When they blow it, they just blow it onto somebody else's lawn. That dude, he blowing it on someone else's lawn. O'Neil, how are you? Scuba Gang, welcome in. Come on, dude, hurry up. He just blew it on somebody else's lawn. That's all he did. And the trash, he blowing the trash on somebody else's lawn. He need to hurry up. My short showers are 25 minutes. Yeah, it takes me some time. I start my routine outside the shower, so I won't be in the shower for too long, spinning it on my hair. Come on, dude, hurry up. Ain't nothing much else for you to blow. You done blown it all in the neighbor's yard. Sissy, welcome in. What do you use on your hair, Lance? Like, what's your favorite shampoo, conditioner? Donald, welcome in. How you feeling today, Donald? What gave you inspiration to share your life with us? Well, I got my start out on YouTube, like, I don't know, it's been 15, 16 years, one of those 15 years. And I walked away from it. I came back last year on TikTok. I don't know. I really don't know. God, I prayed about it. My nephew and my daughter encouraged me to give it a shot. I don't know. I know that people are suffering and dealing with stuff, so if I can, I'm a generally like upbeat person, so if I can brighten somebody's day, lift somebody's spirits, I want to. Mane and tail for shampoo. You like it? You doing good? What Mike say? I got massive peep down. They better quit playing. It breaks my heart for people to assume who or what we are. Tabby, you are beautiful. Thank you, Miss B. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. Hawk, welcome in. Euless, welcome in. I deal with it all the time on here, Miss B, but I do have some great friends and moderators that take care of the chat. I'm also dual streaming, so I have a live stream going on YouTube, and the trolls are in full effect over there. You're very welcome, Shisha. It comes in really big bottles and doesn't have parabens. I like that you're paying attention to those ingredients. You pay attention to those ingredients. Thank you, Hawk. Thank you for the compliment. Come on, man. The grass look fine. It look fine now. Go ahead. I don't like the sound. I thought he was done. Thank you, Hawk. I hope you have a lovely and blessed day. I appreciate you stopping by. It's like someone we blocked and they made multiple accounts. That's why the same type stuff was so back to back. Don't use every day. Spritz natural oils and stuff. Shampoo once or twice a week. Conditioner a little more, not much. Young, how's it going? How much time you got on your hands to go, like, because don't you have to create a new email to do all that? How you do that? How they do that? They got a lot of time on their hands. Too much time. Why not use your time more wisely? Make it more, you know? I don't know. Somebody remind me before I get off the live that I need to take care of that. There's a huge wasp nest in the bush. And I was wondering why I kept seeing them fly in and out of it. And I see it clearly now. It's quiet now. Let's do some ASMR. A lot of time and other stuff on those lonely hands. I am going to use you and the lawnmowers. My daily message, really? Blue's gonna lose. Thank you, 13. Yeah, I got these coffee. You know, these are cookies that they give to you when you go on the plane. I like to dip them in my coffee. That's my little treat in the morning. Ever try coconut oil? My hair doesn't like coconut oil for whatever reason. I wanted to like it because it's cheap and, you know, I wanted to like it, but I tried it on so many times. Now I can get away with using it as like a pre-shampoo treatment. Like I can put it on my hair, leave it in for a tiny bit and then wash it out, but I gotta be careful with that. And I think my hair is kind of like protein sensitive. Like I have enough protein that I need in it, so I need more like hydration, like water-based products. I've tried all kinds of oils. The only thing that my hair can really tolerate is maybe rosehip and jojoba oil, but even then I can only use it sparingly. But anytime I try to use an oil on my hair, it just makes it feel dry, and it'll look shiny, but it won't feel soft. It'll feel crunchy and stiff. I don't like it. The shine doesn't even look real. It looks kind of like, you could tell that I put oil on it and it's just sitting on top of it. Like it's not even penetrating the strands. It just looks like it's sitting on top. So I don't use it. I think my hair prefers like water-based stuff and maybe glycerin. Does water? No. Why my hair is happy when I wash it often. Anytime I've had issues with my hair is when I try to go many days without washing it. My scalp will be really oily, and but the ends of my hair will be really dry. There have been times in my life where I washed my hair, either washed it or wetted every single day. I may not always wash it, but I'll wet it every day. Like get in the shower, rinse it, maybe put some conditioner on the ends. But usually I'll wash it a few times a week, especially in the summertime. In wintertime, maybe once or twice a week, and that works for me. Yeah, more water. Your so your hair, it does need water for hydration. That's the only way you can really properly hydrate your hair is with water. Now you can throw some oil or butter on top of it, but if your hair is dry, if something is dry, um, how do you rehydrate it? You put it in water. She's doing good. I'll tell her Showtime. She's doing good. Thank you, Mike, for the super popular and the roses. Thank you for the gifts. I use it after the shower as a protective layer. So like to seal the hydration in. That's cool. I tried to do that too, and it didn't work for me. I like the idea of using oils because it's natural and it's easy. It feels good on my hands, but whenever it just, I don't know. I tried many different ones, and my hair just didn't like it for whatever reason. I gotta use what works. We had no sugar. I usually put just like a tablespoon of sugar, teaspoon of sugar in my coffee, and guess who used all the sugar? Sleeping Beauty in there on her matcha in her matcha tea. So no sugar in my coffee this morning because yeah, finished it all and didn't tell nobody. I spend so much money on matcha tea. Matcha tea. She got different matchas in there. I could have put honey in there. I didn't think about it this morning. Oh, I dropped my cookie. Fudge. If you go in the pantry, Yaya has different types of matcha. The culinary kind, ceremonial kind, and everything in between. Is raw sugar okay? Yeah, that's what I use, raw sugar. No water? What do you mean? See? I only use a very small amount because, as you said, my scalp produces enough for my hair too. I like matcha. Haven't had it since matcha fruit. Ooh. She drinks copious amounts of matcha. And you know, it's my fault. I started giving it to her when she was little. She was probably too little because I didn't realize how much caffeine is in it. Give me some manuka. It's not the most potent. Usually I'll take manuka honey, Mike. It's like, or I'll give it to the girls. I'll make tea with it. When we under the weather. I don't really like the taste of it because it has kind of like a medicinal taste. Some of the manuka honey has like a medicinal taste. O'Neil, how you doing, Life Food Sports? Ghost, welcome in. Someone gifted me some Manuka honey for one Christmas, and it tasted like medicine. I was like, oh, I can only drink this in tea, coffee. Oh, I dropped my other cookie. I got like 3 seconds once I dip it to eat it. Other fudge. Hold on, you guys. I gotta scrape this coffee up off the. Oh, I dropped 2 cookies today. What a waste. Butterfinger. Man, I wasted cookies. When I dip it, I only got, I guess because, you know what it is? Because the coffee is super hot. I only got like 2.5 seconds to consume it. Plethora of matcha isn't as bad as copious of coffee. Yeah. Oh, you're okay. You're okay. I think it's because the coffee is so hot. I'm used to dipping it when I have like my little mugs. Yeah, I'm like, fudge. Dropping it. Where did the sun go? It's kind of cloudy today. Or not. Keep getting a phone call. Finger tripping. Let's see. Hold on, YouTube. I'm gonna put you on pause for a minute so I can text the person that keeps calling. Okay, give me 1 second. Brent said they came today. TT, welcome in. Fireball, welcome in. How's it going? I keep dropping them, Mr. Friend. I keep dropping them. All 3 of them. Hobnobs. Hey, hair lady, bye. And dunkers. What's hot? Let me look up hobnobs. I see the hobnobs. I want to say I tried the plain ones. Oldie biscuit. Probably not from that brand. Dunkers cookies. The Dunkers look good. Those look pretty good. Beautiful. I see it. Every time I swing by my mother's, I snack some of her biscotti. They're good with tea too, not just coffee. You go in there and get you a little treat. Thank you, Mom. It's a cookie. Dunkers, long and thin, and have some spices. Hold on, YouTube. Your mama can't have her snacks. That's probably gonna be me with my girls. Yaya doesn't mess with my treats, so like I don't know, whatever, for whatever reason, whenever we go to the store, I always get their stuff. Like I say, okay, you guys get what you want, your snacks and stuff like that. I may get myself one thing, like to snack on a little treat. I don't know why. I don't think about it, and but I make sure they get their stuff. And Yo-Yo will eat up all her treats, all her snacks, and then but come get my one item that I got for me. Mama, can I have some? Sometimes she'll outright ask, can I have it? Good morning, Physics Bro. How you doing, Mr. Ambassador Desmond? Good morning to you, Physics Bro. Thank you for the heart me. Indian snacks are great. There's this one, Mr. Friend. I don't know if it's Indian or if it's Nepali, but it's made from a pistachio. It's made out of pistachio. It's like a tan color with the green in the middle, and I think it's just like crisp pistachios. It's a sweet. Dang, good morning, Mr. Flowers. How are you? No, not baklava. That's not it. It's something else. I know baklava. It's something else. Like the whole thing is made out of. The whole thing is made out of pistachio, crisp pistachios. I'm doing good, dang. No, it's not baklava. Let's see if I can look it up. Let's see. I wouldn't really call it a cookie. Let's look it up. I don't know. I had it one time a long time ago, but they're thick, it's dense, it's heavy. It's not really like a cookie, it's just all pistachio. Hmm. I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some researching. Typical sibling behavior. My sister's 10 years my junior and use my house. Oh, that's so funny. That's, you know what? When I was living downtown, my older sister would come over and it would be just to use the bathroom. And I'm like, why do you come over here to use that? She's like, it's comfortable in here. It's comfortable in here. I'm like, man, it's been busy, but yeah, Mike was doing a lot of work on when he first got on YouTube. A cozy bathroom. It was that, and then uh, another place I lived, I made a bed frame out of pallets, and I had a mattress. What kind of mat? I think I got the mattress from IKEA. I had a heating blanket. The heating blanket was massive. It had two outlet, like two sides where you can, like one side you can turn it up all the way, the other side you can, like you could adjust the temperature. And my mom would come over and lay on the bed. My sister would come over, my brother would come over, and they're like, "Your bed is comfortable." I'm like, and it's funny because I made it out of pallets. I found some pallets on the side of the road and I made it out of pallets. Don't touch the good towels. My mom is like that. She'll get mad. She has certain towels in the hall bathroom, and the girls and I know, like, we know what my mom's good towels are, but like my mom's sister came over and she was, I think she she was staying for a while, and she used my mom's good towels to like wipe off her curling iron, so it kind of burnt my mom's good towels. My mom was furious. She's like, "You use my good towels to wipe off your heat too." Don't touch the good towels. They for decoration only. They here for the aesthetic, not for actual usage. I hate using bathroom in places other than my home. A lot of people feel like that. Nothing is like home. It's evolution of behavior. We feel safer in certain places we are familiar with. Steve, welcome in. The good ones have braids with hanging tie. Jonathan, welcome in. I don't like using public bathrooms. Like, if I have to go tinkle, I will. But I don't even like doing that. I'd rather hold it till I get home. Like, nope. But Yo Yo has to. I go into the public bathroom because Yo Yo, she needs to go frequently. And it's like when we first get to a restaurant, she's like, "Mom, I have to go." And I'm like, "Man, I haven't eaten yet. I'm gonna lose my appetite if I go in this bathroom and it's not clean. I'm gonna be disgusted. And I'm not gonna want to eat." It happens a lot of times. And the waiter comes, I'm like, "No, I'm not hungry right now. Maybe in a little bit." Bad bathroom experience around China, really? I don't. I'm not a fan of using public bathroom. The kitchen and the bathroom are two spaces that I'm really particular about. They have to be, now the whole house has to be clean, especially in my tiny house. This is a small space. I'm constantly cleaning every single day. I vacuum, I sweep multiple times a day. I want it to be clean. Um, and even like when I'm staying with family, those are two rooms in the house that I'm really, really particular about. They need to be clean. They need to be really, really, really clean. Um, yeah, bathroom had to be clean. Gotta wipe stuff down. I use, I have certain things I clean with. I want to get one of those. Have you guys seen? They have like, um, you can. It's like a steamer, but you can scrub with it. But steam comes out, so you can steam stuff. You know, like steam the counters, and I want to get that. Black Casper, welcome in. Transit. If I really had to go to the bathroom, I still go home. Really? So my nephew, when he was in high school, he didn't like using the bathroom um, away from home. So if he was at school, he had to go number two. And he would call, like, if I was in town, he would call me to come pick him up from school and bring him home so he can go to the bathroom. Or he would call my mom. But like, "Nan, I gotta go to the bathroom. Can you come pick him up from school so he can go to the bathroom and then drop him back off at school?" Stanley Steamer. Works so good, really? Oh, yeah, I seen it. I seen one guy. He a brother on YouTube. He be cleaning. He just filmed himself cleaning his house, and he's so thorough when he clean. He be cleaning all kinds of stuff. He clean the kitchen. He take everything apart. He just be cleaning stuff so nicely. And then he light the candles. Everything be. He do laundry. I'm like, man, he cleans so nicely. I'm gonna tell you about my Thailand and Malaysia bathroom experiences. I am really sensitive when it comes to whatever's going on in the bathroom. Even if I don't touch anything, even if I just like I'm not going to the bathroom, I just go in there with Yo-Yo. I have to like sometimes I hold my breath or I just cover my face because there have been times where I've gotten sick and the doctor's like, "Have you been in the public bathroom?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I didn't touch anything. I just went in there and stood while my daughter is using the bathroom." It's like, "Yeah, this bacteria or whatever only comes from uh public restrooms." And I'm like, "Fuck, so you mean I gotta like hold my breath when I go in there, cover my face?" Like, yeah, jerk right up to my spot because my cheeks don't touch the policy. It's hard when you have little ones. So for a long time, when my girls were little, I had, like the little potty that you potty train them with. I would keep it in my trunk, and if they had to use the bathroom, I would just open up my trunk and pull their little seat out. I'd keep water so I can rinse out, keep tissue and wipes and stuff like that, and keep a bag. It's real. Like sometimes I see little kids in the bathroom by themselves and they touching everything, and I'm just like, oh, please, baby. And if they're in there by themselves, I'm like, we gonna wash our hands, okay? You need help washing your hands? And I'll tell them, don't touch nothing. I will turn off the knob for you, and then I'll tell them like, don't touch nothing, okay? And then I'll kind of watch them. I'm not for you letting your children, especially little big kids, go to the bathroom by yourself. Don't do that. I know we all know that, but I'm not for I'm not for you letting your little kids go to the bathroom by themselves. You need to go with them. You need to go in there in the bathroom and be with them. And yeah, I've seen it sometimes, and I'm like, in fire. What you mean, Mike? Don't want Air Squire. Welcome in. Yeah. The girls know when they're little, like, hey, we're going in this bathroom. Don't touch anything. I will touch everything for you. You don't touch anything, okay? Germaphobe, fire. Don't touch nothing, okay? Just hold your hands up. I say, ball up a fist and hold your hands like this. Don't touch nothing. Mama will do everything, okay? Just go to the bathroom. I'll wipe you. I'll do everything, all right? So they know now. Yaya, like if we gotta when we travel and stuff, we go to the bathroom. Now Yaya will hold it. I'm like, Yaya, you gotta go to the bathroom? Nope, I'm good. Yaya, you sure? No, I'm good. I'm like, we've been in this car for 8 hours, and you mean you gotta go? No, I'm good. She been drinking Dr. Pepper. I'm like, do some people have a larger bladder than other people? Fire truck to his spot. That's so funny. You pull the fire truck up to your house just so you can go to the bathroom. That is funny. When young, I took Mackenzie into the men's room. I held her so her butt never touched the seat. Yeah, you gotta do that too sometimes. Michael, thank you for the follow. How are you? Yeah, you just lift them up if you can, if they're small enough, you just hold them so they can go. Yeah, you had a system. See, Dad already knows. Physics bro already knows. You have a little system. Running through muck and whatever is different from exposing your area to feel. He said, hey, running through soot, muck, and whatever is different from exposing your areas to filth. No. One time I went into a public bathroom, and I don't know exactly what it was, but I don't sit on the seats either. I hover. But I seen a clear little organism. I don't know what it was. I seen it kind of scurrying across the toilet seat. I said, "Oh no!" Mm-mm. I don't know what you are, but I don't want you hopping on to me. Nope, 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 nope. It's a toss up. Carcinogens or do or do this. Mm. So like growing up and stuff like that, we traveled a lot, like from Texas to California, and there were times I had to go to the bathroom. My mom would just pull over on the side of the, road. She had tissue and stuff like that, and she would walk me away from the car, let me go to the bathroom. We'll walk back up to the car. That's where I got it from. Dennis, thank you for the follow. Germophobic? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say I'm a germophobic. I couldn't be, especially with me, the way I live. But just when it comes to certain stuff, like the bathrooms and stuff like that, it's just because I've gotten so sick. Like, there's been one time it was me, Maria, and Yaya. We were going to El Paso, and she was going to visit a friend that she had been in the Navy with, and we stopped at a few, rest stops, truck stops, and at the end of that trip, I started getting so sick, and by the time we came back home, um, I was so ill, and I had to go to the ER because I couldn't swallow. Like, it felt like I had chewed on glass and tried to swallow it. And the doctor looked at my throat and he said, "You have blisters in your throat." And he was like, "Have you gone out of town?" He was asking me a question. He was like, "This is not. This is a very, like, whatever this is nasty." And I said, "Yeah, we went out of town." And he's like, "Did you stop at rest stop, truck stop?" I said, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh." Anytime I've gotten like really, really sick with like a throat infection or anything like that, it has been when I was traveling and I had to stop at the public restroom. So I'm just like real particular when it comes to the bathrooms. Yaya has gotten sick like that. It has been from is like when we went on one of our cruises, and we had a layover at Atlanta airport, and she had been fine. She's fine. She went in the bathroom. I make sure she washed her hands, stuff like that. I don't know what it was. By the time we got off the plane and we got settled in, got on the ship or whatever, she was not okay. And I'm like, man, I know she got sick from going in the bathroom. Miguelito, thank you for the harmony. You are? Desmond, are you? Happy Friday to you, Miguelito. A friend of mine had to pull over on the highway to pee. Some open doors on the car, sits in the middle, and problem solved. Yeah, open both of the cars. Both open the doors on the car, and if you got a blanket, you can hold up a blanket. Like if a kid has to go, right? Open up both car doors. Hold up a blanket. We did that a lot. Like, well, not with her having to go to the bathroom, but like with soccer games and stuff like that. If Yo-Yo had to change, or she wanted, like, if the field was muddy and she wanted to change before she got in the car, just hold the blanket up. I experienced your nightmare evac people from a flooded nursing home. Ooh. Carcinogens with protective gear and breathing apparatus versus much more than just doo doo. Highlighted early exposed. There's a difference. Some people are nasty and don't. Yeah, man. Water extraction is not easy. Cruise ships are germ factories. Child of God, blessings to you. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for that blessing. God bless you. Yeah. it's just hard with little kids because they get sick, and anytime Yo-Yo gets sick, I wound up getting sick, and I'm just like, man. And then I'm sick, and I'm having to take care of her when I need to lay down and rest. When you go grocery shopping, do you wipe the cart down? I don't use the carts. I don't use a cart. I have my own bags that I bring, and I put my whatever I choose from the grocery store. I put it in there, and I go up to the front, and I pay for it, put it back in the bag. I try not, unless it's something super heavy, then I'll use the cart. But usually I don't. But if I had to, I'll wipe it down. If you still have the recipe for bread without yeast, please text it to me. I'll look for it. Maybe I do. I will look for it. Miss B, I'll look for it. Thank you, child of God. No, it's definitely not. It wasn't Russian River or nothing. I didn't do rapid water trench rescue. Man, that has to be so scary. You had fun on the live, Richard? I don't, but I use sanitizer I keep in the car. Jay, welcome in. I will look for it. When I get out the live, Miss B, I will look for it. How you doing, Jay? Welcome in. That has to be so scary. So, Mike and Les, what do you do if you're trying to rescue someone and they're panicking? Like, how do you let a person know, like, hey, I'm trying to save you. It's okay to be afraid, but we need to like act quickly. We need to move. Have you ever just dealt with somebody that just refused to listen? Are you trying to help them and they just refuse, like because they're just so fearful? How do you deal with that? To get the training when I did my chemical fire certificate, old chemical plan. I'll wrap up with the nasty fire talk with this. It was waves hot water from a hurricane, so standing water in a nursing home. Ooh, man. How's it going, JTT? How are you? Well, you just take them at some point, calm them best you can. Ain't nobody got time for that. You need to bring your so and so on. I'm trying to save you. Grab them through their collar and say, ma'am, sir, can you please help me? Man, so I've done a lot of like volunteer work. I share with you guys, and there are certain like long-term care facilities that my mom, I would tell her that I was going to, and she's like, no, I don't want you going there. And I'm like, why? She's like, it's too nasty, it's too dirty there. She's like, nope, you need to sit this one out. She's like, no, I'll work there, because she is a hospice nurse, and she would work at different facilities across the metroplex, so she would know. She's like, no, they had an outbreak of such and such there. No, they not clean over there. No, I don't want you going. Try to welcome in the trash people. I approach them with logic and care, but if time is of the essence, our lives are at risk. You're coming with me. You're coming with me, whether you like it or not. Just try not to do harm, but it's a team effort. Typically, perhaps trust you. People trust you, so they can panic, but they don't resist. Mostly they just freeze and make things difficult. I'm sorry, Jay. Just give him a minute. That's the trash guys. Stanley, welcome in. They trying to win a lot of struggle work. Yeah, that was a trash dudes. Now I gotta pull the trash bin in. June, welcome in. Puff Dog, how's it going? Carrying people is irregular. What? You mean with your work? Because they don't want to move? They freeze up? June, how are you? How long is the training to become a firefighter? How long is the training? Most people in Houston aren't exactly Tabitha either. If you can't deadlift 300 plus, whoa, is a problem. Man. So you gotta carry them. Ooh, is that why most firefighters they kind of muscular, like they look strong? Because you guys have to be, right, to be able to carry somebody if they don't want to move, or if they too scared to move. Is it a regular thing for people to panic and like freeze up? Like you said, they're not resistant, but they just don't move. Here is 9-month academy, in a probation period, but you're working 3 months EMS. Then 6 fire. What about when it comes to like animals? Like, are you guys allowed to? What's the protocol? Like, if you realize an animal, a dog or a cat or somebody's pet is in there, can you go back inside and save the person animal? Has anyone ever tried to send you back inside for like a personal belonging? Very, but I'm not gonna act like I went through a bunch of fires. I was injured fast and Tom, welcome in. DJ Fuji, welcome in. Fish Fry Friday and pocket full of money. How you doing, Russell? Jack, welcome in. I'm doing good, Tom. I'm doing very good. How are you today? How you feeling? Ricky, welcome in. Here come the little food truck peoples honking their horn. Fernando, how are you? Thank you for the love, Jack. The most panic I saw was during hurricane, evacs ER during COVID, and couple fires. How you doing, Fernando? Oh, she hadn't been. I asked her the other night, not last night, but the night before that. I don't know. I don't know. She says it's okay, but she likes doing the gaming. I don't know so much if she likes doing the ASMR. And then she says with the gaming, people don't really come on the live. Training period here is 10 weeks for level 1 and 2 initially with copious amounts of ongoing training depending on your specialization level. Orlando and living in no, I'm cool where I am, Jack. I appreciate the offer though. Yeah, I asked her, I said, baby, you don't like going live? She said, it's okay, Mom. She said, but I don't always want to do the ASMR thing. And she's like, but I know that's what they come on the live for. And I said, well, what about the gaming? And I said, well, what about doing just like a live where you're talking, like what I do? Because she seemed to like that. And I said, then you won't have to be on so late. You can do that at whatever time you want to. And you can just chat with people and interact with people. And she's like, maybe I'll do that. State serves too, so it's a state job. Some states have volunteer or non-state programs on it. She can be so fickle, try different things, but don't give up. Yeah, I'm trying to. I try to tell her that. I say, yeah, just try. I told her that try different things, or just do whatever you want to do. Your people will find you. Maybe you won't have the big numbers like you did with ASMR. I said, but you can just you'll create your little community. I think that whatever she do, that people will like it, and but I guess it does. It is a little bit. Maybe she's paying attention to the numbers, because she was seeing some high numbers, and then she saw them dip. But I told her it was that way with me too. I said, yeah, yeah. I think the most people I've had on one live, and this was like early last year at some point. One time I had like 321 people. Another time I had 289. But for a while, like when I would be in town, we'd have like 60, 80, 90, 100 people on the live. I told her it changed early this year. And I said, I don't get the numbers like I used to. I said, but I don't pay attention to the numbers. I just interact with the people that are in the room. She grew fast and became inconsistent sometimes for a reason, but overall, kids want instant numbers. Yeah, yeah, I told her that. But I try not to I try to encourage her, but not push her because I know she's not gonna. She don't have the desire to come on live every day, twice a day like me. So I don't know. I would tell her, but I would like for her to stick with it, just whatever she wants to do. I think she would do good if she just. She's like, Mom, what do I talk about? I say, you talk about whatever you want to talk about. Play music. Play your little music that you like. Just talk about whatever. That baby was putting me to sleep with. During COVID, the best feeling I had was walking in the main street. People were around and all I saw were birds, all the kind of cats. Oh, you got to see the beauty of nature, just the world untainted by humans, just in a little brief. even if for like a brief moment. Andrew, welcome in. I'll tell her, Mike. I will tell her. I asked her every night you gonna go on live. I'll tell her. Good evening from the Philippines. How are you, Gary? How's it going? All right, y'all. It's science time with Tabby. Put your thinking caps on. I got some new articles for you today. Got some new articles for you today. If not for injury, COVID, I may still be doing it. I got burnt out. I didn't join young though. I was literally walking in the middle morning. Oh, good morning to you, Barbed Wire. How are you? How you feeling today? Okay. This one is from Earth Sky. Astronomers discover a black hole star, a new type of object. Did we read this one? I don't think so. All right. I don't think we read this one. Astronomers discover black hole star, a new type of object. Since 2022, the James Webb Space Telescope has been capturing images that reach back to some of the earliest days of the universe. Intriguingly, mysterious little red dots pepper these images. And on August 12, 2026, no, we didn't read this one. The Massachusetts Institute of Technology said researchers now believe these little red dots are a new type of astronomical object, black hole stars. Black hole stars. These black hole stars would be enormous, about the size of our solar system, and they'd have an energy output 1 billion times greater than any known stars. So the powerful engine inside is likely a black hole. So lead author Rohan Naidu of MIT said these little red dots seem to be everywhere in the early universe, but essentially disappear by the present day. What exactly these objects are has been one of the most debated topics of the JWST era. Our picture of the object is evolving very rapidly. We think there is a certain black hole that is 100,000 times as massive as the sun, and around this black hole there would be this very extended envelope of gas that looks like a star the size of the solar system. Is huge. We see little red dots roughly 1 billion years after the Big Bang. Astronomers first used the word galaxy to describe them, but some of them were so small that they only amounted to 2% the radius of our Milky Way. Astronomers now think these little red dots are a cosmic mashup of a star and a black hole. How would such an object work? The scientists say the star, or a giant dense cloud of gas, is powered not by nuclear fusion, which is a hallmark of stars, but by a central black hole. Oh. Mirage or miracle, the scientists were working on a survey of the most distant and earliest galaxies they could find. They called this survey Mirage or Miracle, so MOM, M-O-M, Mirage or Miracle. Astronomers have found what appears to be bright galaxies farther back in time than had been expected. They've been puzzled as to how enough stars could have formed in the time to build these galaxies. Naidu said, what we found was that what looks like an extremely bright early galaxy, aka a miracle in some cases, actually could be a mirage. So as the scientists pored over web images to distant galaxies, they came across these little red dots. Were these galaxies or something else entirely? But when the astronomers looked at the wavelengths of light from these little red dots, they found almost no elements except for hydrogen and helium. And below certain wavelengths, the light all but disappeared. Scientists have seen stars with such breaks in their spectrums before, but this one was particularly severe. Naidu said, "The break we observed in this object is the deepest break we have ever observed in any object, ruling out ordinary stars as the source. But it made us wonder if we were seeing a new kind of stellar atmosphere, but on a spectacular scale." When we see something very red in the universe, we often assume that it is surrounded by dust, like soot or ash, the same way that wildfire smoke from Canada recently made the sky in Boston look bright red. Astronomical objects can also appear redder than their intrinsic color when you see them through a veil of dust. But with only hydrogen and helium in the spectrum, dust didn't appear to be the answer this time. We started to ask, could you make something that red using hydrogen without any dust? To our surprise, it turns out you can if you have an extremely dense screen of hydrogen, so dense that it looks more like the surface of an enormous star than a wispy interstellar nebula. The team used simulation to show a powerful energy source surrounded by dense hydrogen could create the red dot. But the object could only be as bright as they were seeing if that energy source was something as energetic as a black hole. You have something that looks like a bit like a star, but 100 billion times brighter. That means you can't be powering this by nuclear fusion, which is the energy source that sits at the heart of all the stars we have. What they doing over there now? Papa Daddy, what are they over there doing now? Oh. But the simulation worked if they put an active accrediting black hole at the center of a dense hydrogen cocoon. The black hole star solution worked for the specific little red dot they studied, which they named MOMBH asterisk -1. It is pronounced black hole star 1. They believe it has a central black hole 100,000 times as massive as the sun. It sits inside a dense star-like cocoon of hydrogen about the size of the solar system. So could black hole stars explain other little red dots in the early universe? The team thinks so. Every little red dot is consistent with being a black hole star, embedded in a generic early galaxy. But what is special about MOMBH asterisk -1 is the black hole star is essentially completely outshining its surrounding host galaxy, such that we're seeing pure black hole star light. Bottom line, astronomers believe the little red dots we see in the early universe are a newly discovered type of object called a black hole star. Y'all want to see the picture of it? Sincere, thank you for the rose. Sincere, thank you for the rose. Soundgarden was correct all along. Black hole star. It does look kind of like a rose. Black hole star. This article came from earthsky.org. black hole star. Real, that's the first thing that came to your mind? To get a Nobel Prize. Does it wash away the rain? Not Zendaya, Tabby. Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain? James, Drew, welcome back in. Black hole sun, won't you come? Okay, let's look another article up. Yes, I think so. I think I did, Papa Daddy. I think I did. Me thinks me did. Me thinks me did. Okay, let's see what else. Yeah. What else? The eclipse in Portugal this month is amazing. Did you have the glasses, Michelle? Did you have the glasses? Okay, let's find one more article. Okay, let's read about dark stars. Phys.org. This one came out a couple days ago, I think, August 19th. Dark stars may have left gravitational wave echoes across the universe. Okay. I wish we had home telescopes as strong as a Webb. They're really good ones, but they're still, yeah. Just think if that were a thing, all the stuff that just like ordinary people would discover, you know? Like, and maybe they wouldn't exactly know what they were looking at. They'd be like, hey man, come over here and look at this. I don't know what that is, but I know it wasn't there last time. I didn't see that there the other day. Hey man, come look at this. That'd be pretty cool. And out to Anaheim, see if I can put it for it. It was very cloudy though. Oh, it's windy out here today. Let's see. Is that alien giving us the finger? Let me see. I'll come back to the article. Let's see if I can find some other stuff. Back in the day, they thought the sun was being swallowed and the world was ending. we read this one. Quantum entanglement generated from sunlight for the first time ever. Did we read that one? I don't think we did. Maybe I did on my own. I don't know. Is that a train? No, they're doing some work over there. Jay, I'm sorry. Someone's talking on TV repairing out there. Chronos, thank you for the follow. I'm sorry it's loud. Brother Knowledge 777. I can go inside the house. Y'all want me to go inside the house? We still can't recreate things they made with the tools and machines we have now. Cheaper, cleaner, quantum possibilities. If it's really loud and it's bothering you guys, I can go inside the house. Millennium, everyone was saying the world was gonna be gone. Crazy reactions people had then. Everybody thought the world was gonna end. You good? Not loud at all. Okay, last article of the day, okay? And then we're going to do the daily hurdle. This one is from sciencealert.com. Quantum entanglement generated from sunlight for the first time. We read an article on this, but I don't think we read this article, right? Entanglement is one of the best tricks in quantum physics magic box. Two particles that are inextricably linked when measured, a key component of potential advances in computing, communication, and sensing technologies. We read this exact one? See, I read stuff on my own, and then I don't know if I've read it on the live or not. We did read this exact one? Okay. On to the next one. Yeah, sometimes like when I can't sleep, I'll read it, or when I wake up early in the morning, and then I'm like, I don't know if I've read it with you guys. We disparage people from the past. There are pyramids and all types of astronomy. Yeah, you're right about that. Okay. Also, not just one area. Let's see. This article seems cool, but it's kind of lengthy. It's kind of long. It's from the Time. It's on the new science of dreaming. Somewhere in South Central America. JD, welcome in. South America, a lot of findings lately, especially radar tech. Y'all want to read? Y'all want me to read that one? It is a little bit lengthy. Let's see. DJ Soundwave, welcome in. How are you? How's it going? Gladson, welcome in. Jay, how's it going? How are you today? long-winded is the last description. Go for it. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Makes you wonder what the light of skin that bounces on it. Yeah. Especially in the Appalachian area. That'll be interesting. Nix's Night, welcome in. Okay, last article. This one is from the time.com, the new science of dreaming. This one was published, it was released August 18th, so here recently. It starts off, it says, I'm reclining in a large blue chair in a small dark room. Earbuds in, tinted glasses on, eyelids closed. Clasping my head in a swimmer's cap of electrodes fastened under my chin. My fingers are wrapped in sensors. I hear a voice through a monitor. Now we're going to flash some lights. When I see flashes, I am to move my cheek twice in the direction they came from. I get similar instructions about the sounds I hear and vibrations I feel in my fingers. Karen Concoli, a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Cambridge in the UK, and Marco Wolf, a German graduate student working with her, are getting ready to watch me while I dream. No one really knows why people dream. There have been psychoanalytical theories, of course. Sigmund Freud wrote that dreams were a kind of acting out of repressed impulses, and since long before Freud, dreams have been regarded as prophetic. They can feel important, like they ought to mean something. However, when scientists imagine what evolutionary purpose dreams might have, how they might be helping us survive this crazy whirlwind called life, definitive answers have been hard to come by. Whatever insight we might get from thinking about our own dreams is unlikely to be the whole story. Studies suggest we dream multiple times per night, and we forget most of all of them. So whatever purpose dreams might serve probably doesn't depend only on our remembering them. Does dreaming help us make memories, learn from our experiences, or is it just keeping us entertained while important business is attended to by the brain? Can you guys hear me over there? Okay. In recent decades, scientists have approached this problem from a number of angles, and today I'm taking part in one such stab at the answer. Concali is a rising star in the world of dream research, the co-inventor of a way to help people dream lucidly. Lucid dreaming, first named in a scientific paper back in 1913, occurs when dreamers realize they are dreaming. In some cases, they can deliberately influence the events of the dream. Lucid dreaming is a skill that can be taught, and Concali is quite good at it. She guesses she has dreamed lucidly about 185 times in her life. In her first lucid dream, she decided to fly and did. I got a few feet off the ground, breaststroking through the air. She recalls more than half the population reports having lucid dreams at some point in their life. 23% that they do so regularly, and scientists believe that lucid dreamers can provide a way to test hypotheses about what dreams do, since they may be able to alter dreams on demand. In a landmark study in 2021, Concali and colleagues found that lucid dreamers can sometimes even communicate with scientists in real time, responding to spoken questions by signaling with their eyes under closed lids, for instance. In search of what makes that possible, and in hopes of increasing the frequency of such communication, in her current experiment, she is asking me and other sessions, about 50 others, to perform the task as we fall asleep of moving our cheeks to signal from which direction a stimulus comes. The hope is that I'll somehow be able to do this even when I'm unconscious. As I listen to the beeps and start to grow drowsy, I wonder, when I'm dreaming, will I be able to answer? Dreams have not always been a fashionable target of study. When Robert Stiggold, a professor of psychiatry at Harvard Medical School, began to study sleep and dreams in the 1990s, scientists who studied dreams were few and far in between. Those who did tended to collect dream reports from people when they woke up and catalog them. They were usually focused on empathetically rejecting Freud's ideas and suspected the dreams were meaningless. Thank you, Mike, for the gift. Did you see the dream on how the video on how they made a way to control lucid dreams and you can buy it later this year? I didn't see that. I learned how to lucid dream from the movie Inception. You do it often, really? I don't, so I shared with you guys recently that I usually have about maybe 4 or 5 dreams in one night. And I do remember a good portion of them. Now, while I'm having the dream, even though the dream may seem very real, I do realize that I am dreaming. I always know that I am dreaming. But I don't know if I have to think about that. Like, if in the dream, if I'm able to decide, like, I don't know. I feel like I am. I don't know. I have to. That's a lucid dreaming. Okay. When we sleep, we lose consciousness, which puts us in a vulnerable psychological state. Freud believed all sorts of weird and unsavory repressed desires could emerge, and the functions of dreams is to disguise these from ourselves, he wrote. Freud thought that dreams are an attempt to take these suppressed wishes and convert them into something that would be palatable. So instead of dreaming about wanting to sleep with your mother or actually sleeping with your mother, you would dream about eating a watermelon or something, Stiggold tells me. What? Their function was to keep you from being woken up by these horrible subconscious desires you had. When in the early 1990s, he went to work with J. Allen Hobson, a pioneer of the modern study of a dream who was famously anti-Freudian. It was often assumed that dreams had no function at all, says Stiggold. They were just noise in the neurons. What? That's acid dreaming. That's acid dreaming, not lucid dreaming. Why would they use that? That's crazy. Mike said that's acid dreaming, not lucid dream. Stiggold didn't believe that dreams hid suppressed desires, but he also wasn't so sure they were pointless. It seemed clear to him that dreams drew on rehashed moments from recent past, and he began to think about what that meant. Focusing first on sleep, he found that people who learned a new task and then slept on it were better at it after waking than people who tried it again without first going to sleep. Thank you all. I appreciate that. Okay, looking more specifically at dreams, in 2000 he dropped a bombshell in the world of dream research. When scientists had healthy people play Tetris before falling asleep, they reported dreaming about the game, but the same thing happened in a group of people with brain damage who played the game. Despite their having no memory of playing it, This suggested that dreams were drawing on the events of the day, even from people who could not consciously recall them, and working with them somehow. In later experiments, he and Aaron Wamsley, now a cognitive neuroscientist at Furman University, discovered that dreaming of a memorization task was correlated with doing it better in the morning. Today, Stick Gold is widely perceived as one of the giants of modern dream science, having inspired and trained a generation of researchers. After decades of studying dreams, what does he think they're for? He has some thoughts. He has developed what he calls the next up theory of dreaming, short for network exploration to understand possibilities. Okay. The model basically says that while we're sleeping, the brain looks for often very weak associations to waking concerns, and then builds a story around it in a dream to see if it's feasible as an explanation of what's going on in our lives. Sticko says this would account for the way that everyday concerns like missing the bus and unlikely occurrences, being chased by evildoers, can mesh in dreams, forming a mix of strange situations. But it isn't clear how to prove or disprove the idea, Sticko says. So far, it has been very difficult to prove that a dream is actually causing any effect at all. Whether that's learning a new physical skill or learning to navigate a new environment, it's merely been shown that these are associated. That's why lucid dreaming is such an exciting target. If scientists can interfere with a dream while it's happening, they might be able to more directly link waking actions to dreams. This year, Concali and Ken Paller, a cognitive neuroscientist and a professor at Northwestern University, made inroads with a new study in which they had people play logic puzzles set to music during the day, then told them they might play some of the same songs later on while they slept, which was their cue to keep working on those puzzles in the dream. People who managed to do that were more likely to solve those puzzles the following morning than puzzles that weren't cued by a song. By manipulating dreams in real time, Concali got a little closer to showing that they might have some power over the waking world. What do dream researchers dream about? The same thing as most people. Pieces of the past few days, the homes they grew up in, bizarre catastrophes they cannot prevent. But Wolf and Concali, my experimenters who both track their own dreams closely, are paying more attention than most of us. When Wolf was 6, his father and sister wanted to teach him inline skating, and after too many failed attempts, he quit. Years later, as a teenager, he accepted a friend's invitation to skate despite not knowing how, and the night before they were to meet, he found himself dreaming lucidly about skating. Since lucid dreams you may have control over what happens, he decided to practice. The next day, when I tried again after this long time, I suddenly was able to do it, and within a few weeks, I had actually quite surpassed everyone I knew, he says. I just wondered what else is possible with the brain. It wasn't a fluke. Since the first lucid dream, Wolf has used them when faced with tricky problems. Knowing that there's a good chance he might be able to keep working on them in a dream, several times the night before Latin tests in school, he recalls speaking with the philosopher Seneca in lucid dreams to help him practice. I cannot say that something caused this, he cautions, but I had the subjective feeling that on the next day it was way more intuitive and way more easy to translate the Latin exam. And funny, always when this happened, my grades was just amazing. Lucid dreaming might be some of the best tools scientists have to really get to the bottom of what everyday dreams do. Ever since Concali first learned in college that people studied them professionally, she knew what she wanted to do. I want to be my job. I want that to be my job. She recalls thinking, so then it was what I doggedly pursued. After college in 2017, she moved to Wales and worked with dream researcher Michelle Carr at Swansea University. Many of the techniques that have been used in previous studies to trigger lucid dreaming involve weeks of training for the participants ahead of time. but Carr wanted to compress it all into the tedious period of time when researchers were wiring people up with EEG electrodes, which researchers use to monitor brain waves, confirm someone is sleeping, and tell what stage of sleep they're in. Carr and Concali came up with a shortened protocol that trained people how to become lucid and signal that they have done so by moving their closed eyes back and forth. Then they started a 10-day experiment in which they recruited 41 people to take naps in the lab. Carr and Concali would wire everyone up with the EEG, perform their lucid dreaming protocol, and let people drift off. And people dreamed, often lucidly. I can't believe it's working, Concali and Carr would say to each other. They were kind of weird lucid dreams that were really short, Concali recalls, but the effect was real. In the end, they found that about half of the people who went through their protocol were able to lucid dream. With her newfound ability to make large numbers of people go lucid, as practitioners call it, Concali joined Powler's lab at Northwestern to finally experiment with seeing whether people in lucid dreams could communicate while asleep. In 2021, they and their colleagues reported that they had sent messages to dreamers in real time, asking them to answer math problems and other questions. And in some cases, those people have responded by moving their eyes under their lids or by twitching facial muscles using a prearranged code. If it's possible to get people to consistently reply to questions about their dreams as they're happening, and even change what's happening in the dream in real time, then it may be possible to perform experiments that directly address what dreams are doing for us. It could give us a whole new dimension for studying dreaming. I want me to keep going because it's a little bit more. Stick gold degrees. We have to try to find ways to experimentally manipulate dream content. He says, if we get good enough at that, and the younger people are smarter than us, maybe they'll provide a mechanism to provide experimental testing of some of these models. Powler, who, when spoken recently, was about to leave Bhutan, is now making recordings of brainwaves from Buddhists who perform lucid dreaming as part of their practice. We're going to set up a hotel and have them come in the capital of Bhutan from different regions in the country, he said, and if things go smoothly, we're hoping that we'll get some interesting results. In the dark in the lab, I start to drift off. It's late afternoon and I skipped coffee this morning so I could be sure of napping, for Concali and Wolf. In this study, the researchers are looking to understand why dreamers sometimes perceive stimuli from outside the dream, like the flashes of light and vibrations, and sometimes don't, with the goal of finding out the best ways to communicate with dreamers. Concali told me of many nights she spent in the sleep lab at Northwestern watching dreamers. Every now and then they're there. They're answering and then they're gone again. How does that happen? There is no ordinary nap. This is no ordinary nap. As I drift off, vibrations strum my fingertips, and low tones play in the earbuds. Between these stimuli, strange thoughts move through my semi-conscious mind. The kind of free association that feels normal in sleep and bizarre in life. Names, words, rabbits, phone booths, trains, announcements. But just when I start to go under, the lights, tones, and vibrations kick and wake me back up. I try to keep responding after a long dark interval. I am so tired that I stop and then I am dreaming. I am with my son digging in the back garden of a brick row house. We are burying something in the lawn. I respond to a few stimuli. Then I have that impression that someone in a position of authority, A man with a mustache is reprimanding me for falling to keep something level. Then I'm awake. Then the electrodes tapped to my face are suddenly palpable. Concali's voice cracks over the monitor. Can you tell me everything you remember about your dreams and experiences? I recount as much as I can, fuzzy from the sleep, and then stumble off to my hotel for the night, where in the morning I wake up with a sense of having dreamed many times over. All I can remember is the kind of dream where I'm rescheduling the plane flights, penciling on calendars, and memorizing dates. Back at the lab, we look at the rainbow of electrodes reading from last night, where my brain waves collapse in the slow waves of deep sleep. From a first look, it appears that the moments when I responded to the stimuli were moments when I awakened briefly, rather than when I was fully asleep. But the study is only at its beginning. I am the 11th sleeper in this experiment, with 40 left to go. Is there really a singular purpose to dreams? I ask Concali. She sits back in her chair, hugging her knees in her chest, and thinks. What we refer to as dreaming, as if it were all one thing, is really many, she speculates. Nightmares, recurring dreams, dreams of embarrassment, and dreams of flying, each might have a different purpose. Still unknown to us, we look back at the screen, somewhere in there, the moment where I was digging with my son, burying something under the lawn behind the house I do not recognize. Maybe sometimes you do need to simulate social situations, she says. Sometimes you do need to understand that the hierarchical meaning of your recent experience, and sometimes you do need to jumble everything up and forget. How you doing, Scobie? Alright, y'all. That was it. What do y'all think that dreams are? Man, it's so loud over there. Our brain's dreams are no different from reality. Alright guys, I'm gonna head out. I don't think they're gonna stop anytime soon. It's too loud. I will be back on tonight. How you doing, TJ? I think your brain is like a quantum CPU, so all possibilities situations are in your mind. I don't know, they're working on something. I'll be back on tonight. We may do karaoke. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes they come together and the important things are what you remember dream. I'll be back on tonight. Let's say we'll do karaoke. I appreciate you, TJ. I hope you have a good day. Alright, y'all. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for listening to me read my little science articles. I hope you have a blessed day. I pray whatever you do with a smile on your face and love in your heart. Yeah. If you want to come back and hang out with me tonight at 8:30 Central Time, I'll be on. I hope you have a good day. If you got to be in the heat, make sure you drink water. If you're at work, I pray you have a wonderful work day. Thank you, Brent. Thank you to my moderators for keeping Thailand safe. I couldn't do this without you. I appreciate you guys. I'll see y'all, okay?